The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2 present Viking Preview with a look at today's Colfax Viking football game. And now, Viking Preview.
Good evening and welcome to Viking Preview. Rick Olson here in the NLWN 2 studio, and we're getting ready to bring you Colfax Viking Football. Tonight, it's homecoming as the 1-6 Vikings, who are 0-5 in the Dun St. Croix Conference, will take on the 2-5 Clear Lake Warriors, who are 1-4 in the Dun St. Croix. The Vikings are looking to build upon their impressive first half last week and put together a full game in an attempt to gain their first conference win since 2019. Meanwhile, the Warriors are looking to recover following their 50-7 loss to the Boyceville Bulldogs last Friday. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Preview, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Colfax Vikings and the Clear Lake Warriors. Then we'll get Coach Joe Baranik's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then we'll send it out to Colfax High School, where our broadcast crew will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's homecoming game between the Clear Lake Warriors and the Colfax Vikings. All that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. So if you want to talk to your kids, you have to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Welcome back to Viking Preview. Tonight, the Vikings will try to gain their first Dun St. Croix Conference win since 2019 by taking on the 2-5 Clear Lake Warriors, who are 1-4 in the Dun St. Croix. The Vikings are coming off a 26-12 loss to the Glenwood City Hilltoppers in a game where the Vikings held the lead well into the third quarter. Now, in that game, the Vikings were led through the air by Theo Hovde, who had a quarterback rating of 135.4 by going 1 for 2, including a touchdown pass to Drew Beekner.
And Dan, if I've ever seen a Halloweenish moon before, that sure qualifies.
Get me under the covers.
All right. Back to live action. Vikings with the ball, 3rd down, 9. Hovde in motion, pitch to Hovde. He's looking downfield again. This time he's throwing it across the field to Beekner, and Beekner's wide open, and he's headed to the end zone for a Viking touchdown. They were expecting it to go to Nichols, and he turned and threw it back across the field to Beekner, who was streaking down the side for the Viking touchdown.
Hovde also got the scoring started for the Vikings with a 3-yard run for a touchdown with 3:33 remaining in the second quarter.
Hovde in motion, takes it himself into the end zone, Viking touchdown.
The Viking defense provided a great deal of help in the effort with a fumble recovery and interceptions by Hovde, Beekner, and Peyton Hover.
Receivers out to the near side. Zach Hill in the slot. Thompson is the wide receiver. Throw over to the right side, and it's intercepted and heading down the sideline. This is going to be not quite a pick six. Beekner with his second interception of the day. Or check that. That wasn't Beekner. That was Peyton Hover on the interception, and he got it down to the 32-yard line of the Hilltoppers, but the second interception of the night for the Vikings.
Now, last Friday, the Clear Lake Warriors dropped a 50-7 loss to the Boyceville Bulldogs. The Warriors' season, with the exception of their 27-0 upset victory over the Elmwood Plum City Wolves back on September 1st, has been equally frustrating to the season of the Vikings. The Warriors are a run-oriented team, averaging nearly 122 rushing yards per game. However, they're giving up over 154 yards per game. The Warriors do force defenses to play them honest, as they will throw the ball, averaging 80 yards passing per game. Now, so far this season, the Warriors are led through the air by Blake Harris, who's completed 15 of 30 attempts for 179 yards with a touchdown and an interception for a quarterback rating of nearly 66. His favorite target is Jordan Blanchard, who has 9 receptions for 92 yards and a touchdown. On the ground, Blanchard leads the way with 53 carries for 302 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's followed by Tyler Sunday, who has 43 carries for 207 yards and 2 touchdowns. Also contributing is Anthony Holloman with 33 carries for 132 yards and a pair of touchdowns. On defense, Harris is the leading tackler with 33 total tackles and an interception. Sunday has 29 total tackles, including 2 tackles for loss. Now, thus far this season, the Vikings are being led on the ground by Drew Beekner with 374 yards, 93 carries, for an average of 4 yards per carry and 3 touchdowns. He's followed by Colton Hoffman with 369 yards on 63 carries for an average of nearly 6 yards per carry and 2 touchdowns. Through the air, Theo Hovde is 4 for 6 for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns for a quarterback rating of about 149. Orion Nichols is the leading receiver for the Vikings with 9 receptions for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, leading the way for the Vikings is Eli Ralph with 36 total tackles, including 5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 2 fumble recoveries. He's followed by Cade Anderson with 35 total tackles, 8 TFLs, and 3 fumble recoveries. Drew Beekner, Orion Nichols, and Grant Paulus add another 32, 31, and 30 total tackles, respectively. Now, coming up next, I caught up with Coach Joe Baranek at practice a little bit earlier this week, and we'll get his perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then, Dan and I will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game from Colfax. That's all coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
My dad was a farmer. The guy was bigger than life. He wasn't someone that liked to show his emotion or liked to show when he was struggling, but we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. It's something that brings me so much joy, and I want them to see me working through things. Allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle, that even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're going to figure it out together.
Time now for Coach's Corner, with a look at today's Viking football game from the coach's point of view. Now, Coach's Corner.
Once again, we're talking with Viking head coach Joe Baranek, and coach, this week the Vikings will take on the Clear Lake Warriors in a Dunn St. Croix matchup that also happens to be homecoming for the Vikings. But first, we need to look a week back at the Glenwood City Hilltoppers, where the Vikings were defeated 26-12. Your comments about that game?
Started strong, had a really good first half, but weren't able to capitalize on it. So just looking to put a full performance together. I feel like we've been saying that a few weeks. We're very close to breaking through that kind of proverbial glass ceiling, I feel like, but just need to put full 4-quarter game together. Hopefully do that this week.
Now, in that game, you kind of mentioned it, the Vikings held the lead well into the third quarter, and then it seemed as though the adjustments the Hilltoppers made took over. However, as Dan and I talked about during the game, it appeared as though the Vikings simply ran out of gas due to much of the roster being required to play both ways. Your comments?
I'd love to have more kids out, more bodies, just to give those kids some breaks. Don't necessarily need them to come out and be world beaters for us, but kind of cook at the groceries we got, and we feel like we've got a good squad in front of us. So, just working with the kids that we have and working on ourselves this week and correct some of the mistakes that we made in the second half. We're very close on a lot of plays, just 1 or 2 guys away. So clean up those mistakes, should be good to go.
Now tonight the Vikings take on the 2-5 Clear Lake Warriors, who are 1-4 in the Dunn St. Croix Conference, and they're coming off a 50-7 loss to the Boyceville Bulldogs. What can you tell us about the Warriors?
Yeah, kind of ran into a buzzsaw in Boyceville on Friday night, but certainly a good football team, as you would expect here in the Dunn St. Croix. They like to spread you out on offense sometimes, but then they'll pack it in too. So doesn't know, hard to know what you're going to get offensively from them. We'll have to see what they come out with the game plan. Defensively, they like to float between 3 and a 6-2 kind of front. So nothing we haven't seen before. Just like I said, working on ourselves this week and getting ready to go for Friday.
Now in that game with Glenwood City, of the 211 total yards that the Vikings had, 60% was on the ground, 40% was in the air. That's the most balanced offense that the Vikings have shown all season. Now, how does that fit into your game plan, and should we expect to see more of this?
Yeah, you'd like to be balanced always, I'd say, offensively, but really kind of dictate what the opponent game plan is. So definitely like to have our run, open up the pass, kind of throw it over the top on them. We're able to do that, successfully on Friday night with that kind of long touchdown to our quarterback. So just hoping to maintain some balance, but take what the defense gives you too.
Now, it appears as though Jordan Blanchard of the Warriors accounts for most of their rushing and receiving yards. What do the Vikings need to do to stop him?
Yeah, just have to have eyes on that player. He's certainly a good one that they have over in Clear Lake, and they make him the focal point of the offense. They'll spread him out, and they'll put him in the backfield as well. So understanding where he is lined up on the field and what they like to do counters off of giving him looks. So certainly, again, working on ourselves this week and fine-tuning our defensive effort. Really happy with how things went. Friday night, just weren't able to put up enough points on the board for ourselves.
Any updates on the injury front?
No, I think we should be pretty well okay. That kind of re-aggravated kind of a bone bruise issue this past week in practice, so hopefully get him back this week. Otherwise, we should be pretty well set.
Now, with tonight being homecoming, how much of an additional motivation is that for the Vikings?
Yeah, huge motivation. We've been happy to see lots of people coming out and supporting us in the community. Had a lot of people come past and say, hey, it's a fun group to watch, and they're excited to be there on Friday night. And that's something that hasn't happened around here in a long time. So definitely want to go out and get a win for those folks that have been here the whole way, and hopefully let them know that there's some good things coming down the pipeline too.
Well, thank you, Coach Baranek, for joining us tonight on Coach's Corner, and good luck in tonight's game. Happy homecoming, and we'll have more Viking preview coming up right after this.
You have been tuned to Coach's Corner with a look at today's Colfax Viking game from the coach's point of view. Stay tuned. More Viking preview is coming right up.
Welcome back to Viking Preview. Tonight we have the Vikings taking on the Clear Lake Warriors in a Dunn St. Croix Conference matchup. So let's take a quick look around the Dunn St. Croix Conference and see where things stand. Last Friday, in addition to the Vikings being defeated by the Glenwood City Hilltoppers 26-12, and the Warriors being hammered by the Boyceville Bulldogs 50-7, we find the Cadott Hornets upsetting the previously unbeaten Spring Valley Cardinals 16-8, while the Elmwood Plum City Wolves edged the Turtle Lake Lakers 24-20. Now that leaves the conference standings as follows. The Boyceville Bulldogs are now alone in first place at 5-0, while the Spring Valley Cardinals have dropped to second place with a 4-1 record, just one game back. Tied for third place at 3-2 and 2 games off the pace are the Elmwood Plum City Wolves and the Cadott Hornets. Tied for fifth place, 3 games out at 2-3 are the Glenwood City Hilltoppers and the Turtle Lake Lakers. 4 games off the pace at 1-4 are the Clear Lake Warriors, while the Vikings are 5 games back. Tonight, in addition to it being homecoming, the Vikings would like to secure their first conference win since 2019. Now, these two teams met last season with the Warriors coming out on top 34-14. The Vikings very much would like to turn that score around. So it all adds up to some exciting high school football action right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Now in just a few moments, we'll send it out to our broadcast crew at Colfax High School, and we'll have all the play-by-play action for you coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
You have been tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking Football.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
To learn more or to help financially, find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2 along with Colfax High School now bring you Colfax Viking Football. Follow the Vikings all season long as they battle their way through the Dun St. Croix Conference. Now it's out to the stadium for Colfax Viking Football.
Try that. There we go. So we've got audio back now. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, and a picture of the scoreboard right in the middle of things. And while I try to get that all fixed, Dan, why don't you run through the starting lineups of tonight's game?
Yeah, here's the starters for the Clear Lake Warriors. They're going to go with number 2, Lennon Arnken. Number 4, Anthony Holloman. Number 5, Blake Harris. Number 10, Jordan Blanchard. Number 72, Dylan LeBerry. Number 24, Caleb Arkin. Number 28, Tyler Sunday. Number 68, Connor Munson. Number 61, Casey Becker. 62, Royce Brogan. 63, Caden Paulson. And 67, Jessic Manning.
And we're going to send it over to the public address system for the color guard and our national anthem.
Welcome you to your hometown Colfax and American Legion Post 131, Russell Toyson, color guard. Presenting the colors are member Dale Obser, superintendent and member Bill Yates, member Roger Knudsen, and member Ken Deere. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we are going to have the singing of the national anthem by members of the high school choir.
And that's our national anthem being performed by members of the Colfax High School Choir as the There we go. It's all right. Now we got it again. I think we're okay. At any rate, we're here at Colfax High School and it's homecoming. And we're going to turn it over again to the public address system for the introduction of the players tonight. And they will start with the Clear Lake Warriors, who come into tonight's game with a record of 2-5, 1-4 in the Dunn St. Croix.
Welcome you to the LP Bjorkquist Athletic Fields for tonight's Dunn St. Croix football matchup between the Clear Lake Warriors and your Colfax Vikings! We remind you that interscholastic events are an extension of the classroom and that lessons are best learned when respect is shown to all. Please let your good sportsmanship show during the game. And now, let's meet the teams. Introducing the Clear Lake Warriors. Number 4, Anthony Holloman. Number 2, Landon Arkin. Number 5, Blake Harris. Number 10, Jordan Blanchard. Number 72. Number 24, Caleb Arkin. Number 88, Tyler Susse.
Yeah, that's LeBerry.
Number 61, Casey Becker. Number 62, Royce Brogan. Number 63, Caden Paulson. And number 67, Jason Fanning. The team is coached by Brent Paulson. And now, please welcome your Colfax Vikings!
And as is tradition, the Vikings get introduced as a team. And the opening coin toss, I'm not sure who actually won the coin toss, but Clear Lake will be receiving the opening kickoff.
and they will be going from right to left. By the way, that color guard once again during the national anthem was Dale Obser, Bill Yinkst, Roger Knutson, and Ken Derrick. We have a little different halftime coming up for you today as well.
Clear Lake Warriors the opening kick to start the first half of this football game.
So, teeing up the ball for the Vikings is Cameron Molina. And dropping back to receive for the Warriors is number 10, that's Jordan Blanchard. He's in the middle of the three back there. Short kickoff coming to the near side. It's picked up by Anthony Holloman. He's out to the 30, gets hit there and falls forward to the 31-yard line. And that's where we're going to get things started. 1st and 10 from the 31. Well, Dan, the Vikings are looking to maybe put together 4 solid quarters. They started off like a ball of fire last week and just couldn't keep it going.
Yeah, I think their defense can hold here in the first 2 series. They got a good chance of getting on the board first tonight.
Warriors at the line of scrimmage. And the give is to Blanchard, and he gets taken down at about the 34-yard line.
Tackled by 22, Kate Anderson for the Vikings.
Blake Harris is the quarterback for the Warriors. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Full house backfield. Give to Blanchard, going off the right side. He pops it around to the right corner, gets to the outside and crosses the 40 to about the 42-yard line. It's enough for a first down.
Yeah, he got back, kind of tripped up in the backfield by number 10, Ryan Nichols. Theo Hufty had to clean it up at the end.
Hey, tried the right side and had to bounce it to the outside and was able to get the corner and get enough for the first down. So 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Harris gives it coming back around the left side and taken down in the backfield is Holloman. Back at about the 38-yard line, loss of about 5. It's going to bring up 2nd down 15 for the Warriors.
Yeah, Clear Lake's not a big passing team, so this kind of favors Colfax tonight. They can contain the edges. They might be able to get a turnover.
Warriors at the line of scrimmage. Receivers split wide on both sides. Harris in the pistol. Quick toss out to the left side. This is to Blanchard, and he gets it across the 50. He's down to the 40-yard line of the Vikings. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, good run there by Jordan Blanchard for Clear Lake.
Very different formation that time as they spread things out. Warriors up to the line. Arcan to split to the near side. They have wings on both sides. Gives to Blanchard going off the right side. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for a gain of about a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
Grant Cook on the tackle for the Vikings.
And again tonight we have the junior cheerleaders. It's homecoming here at Colfax, so we've got a nice crowd and energy. They better have energy or they're going to freeze tonight. It's chilly.
Yeah, it's our first chilly night of the season.
They say it's 50 degrees with a wind chill of 45, but it feels colder than that. The wind is 13 out of the northwest, and they give off the left side that time. Tyler Sunday, and he got it down to about the 37-yard line. Third down and 7.
Yeah, good job by number 11, Colton Hoffman, to recognize that play and break it up early.
Harris brings him up to the line. The setback is Sunday. Harris drops back, looking over on the left side. He's got Blanchard. Blanchard down across the 20 to about the 16-yard line where he's taken down. Blanchard on that quick slant, and he found some running room.
Yeah, Colfax was in zone. He found that little weak spot right in the middle.
So 1st and 10 for the Clear Lake Warriors. In the red zone. Harris in the pistol. Sunday the setback. They put a man in motion. Fake the handoff, give to Blanchard on the counter, and he got it down to maybe the 15. They're going to mark it about the 15 and a half, gain of a yard, 2nd down 9.
Yeah, good job by number 10, Ryan Nichols, to stay at home and get the tackle.
So far tonight, Blanchard's been the workhorse for the Warriors. They're at the line of scrimmage. Slots on both sides. Blanchard goes in motion. Harris keeps it himself and gets tripped up down at about the 11-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a long 3. Maybe a short 4. Just outside the 10-yard line. They're at the line of scrimmage. Harris takes it, keeps it himself straight up the middle, and he's going to be short of the 1st down.
Colton Hoffman on the tackle for Colfax.
It's going to bring up 4th down and about 1.5 yards. Big play here for the Vikings. On the opening drive of the game, 6:09 remaining in the 1st quarter. Warriors up to the line. Full house backfield. And we have a whistle and a timeout on the field being called by the Clear Lake Warriors. So with 5:51 to go in the 1st quarter, we have no score, but the Warriors are threatening on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Looking for a team approach to managing your finances? With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Dairy State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
My character Shazam knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold. Where's everyone going?
To fight crime? Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit Adopt US.
Warriors at the line of scrimmage. Give to Blanchard, tries the left side and into the end zone. It looks like yes, into the end zone for a touchdown. So the Warriors take the early lead, 6-0. With an extra point attempt pending. Attempting the kick is Caden Paulson. Snap, the kick is on the way, and a strong kick through the uprights. And the score is the Clear Lake Warriors 7 and the Vikings nothing. And we'll be back with the kickoff right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Austin and Nikki Pritchard are just what the doctor ordered. In fact, they are the doctors and they're ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
Back here at Colfax High School, the Lee Bierquist Athletic Complex. It's homecoming, and the Clear Lake Warriors have taken an early 7-0 lead over the Vikings, taking the opening drive of the game down the field. That's about a 70-yard drive. And here's the kick. It squibs on the ground, picked up finally. I think the Vikings fell on it. They couldn't find the handle. The ball kept squirting the wrong way, right at about the 31-yard line. And the Vikings do have it where they'll take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was almost dangerous there for Colfax. Kind of went right into Peyton Hover's hands and just slipped out.
So the Vikings at the line of scrimmage, lining up with 2 tight ends. They give it straight up the middle to Hoffman, and he drives forward to about the 33-yard line, gain of a couple. Now they're going to mark it on the 32-yard line, so it's only a gain of a yard. 2nd down 9. Eli Ralph splitting out wide to the right. In the slot on the right side is Orion Nichols. Pitch to Hovde, and he gets it out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. And it's going to make it 3rd down and short 5.
Yeah, Theo Hovde's kind of had a odd year, but, you know, he's a good player to have on the team. He's got some speed.
Nichols split to the near side. Ralph to the far side. Pitch to Hovde. He's got an opening, and he's off and running. Theo Hovde is going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Vikings.
Right on cue.
What you called that one, Dan? 64-yard touchdown run by Theo Hovde. So the Vikings answer right back. Making the score, Warriors 7, Vikings 6, and the Vikings going to try the extra point. Beekner to attempt the kick. It's out of the hold of Hovde. Snap the kick, it's up, and it's good. And we are tied at 7.
on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. Coming up on Friday, October 13th, the Colfax Vikings will host the Kickoff Hornets. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, October 13th, on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Cameron Molina kicks the ball down, picked up down there by Holloman, and they run the reverse. Coming back to the near side, Blanchard has it and taken down at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, good play by number 1, Austin Peterson, for the Vikings to turn that one back inside and stop the reverse.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the 26, just beyond the 25-yard line. And they come up to the line of scrimmage. Sunday in the backfield. In fact, they got the full house backfield right now. Give to Blanchard, tries the right side. He finds a hole and gets it out to the 35-yard line, gain of 10. It's going to be very close to the first down. Looks like he's going to be about half a football length shy. 2nd and less than a yard. Warriors up to the line. Again, full house backfield. Give to Sunday, and he found a quick hitter hole across the 40 out to about the 43-yard line. Gain of about 13. That, all of a sudden he was through that hole. Sunday hit it really fast. When they're in that full house backfield, it's Holloman lining up on the right side, Sunday in the middle, and Blanchard lining up on the left. And they do a lot of crossing with Holloman and Blanchard. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Again, the full house backfield. Harris under center. Give to Blanchard, going off the right side, and he gets it across the 45 to about the 47. About the 47-yard line. 2nd down, 6.
Yeah, number 67, Jessic Manning, who is the Clear Lake center. He's getting into the 2nd level right away and making a big hole.
Warriors at the line. Give to Sunday again. He got met at the line of scrimmage and just drove his way forward. Taken down on the Viking 47. That's pretty close. 3rd down and about a yard. Warriors at the line. Now they got wings on both sides. Harris keeps it himself, drives forward, and gets it down to the 42-yard line.
First and 10 for the Warriors at the 42-yard line of the Vikings. Under a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Warriors up to the line. They've got slots on, or wings on both sides. Harris keeps it himself, goes off the left side, found a bit of a hole, takes it down to the 31-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
Hufty and Beekner on the tackles for Colfax. Colfax linebackers got to seal up those gaps there.
Warriors up to the line. Give to Blanchard going around the right end. And the Vikings turn him back in, and he doesn't get much that time. He got down across the 30. And it looks like they're going to mark it right on the 30, just inside the 30-yard line. Gain of about a yard, maybe two, and that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, the Warriors 7, Vikings 7 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
It's getting to that time of year again. Time for the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV to present our Halloween Spooktacular 2023. Join us at 7 p.m. on Halloween night by the light of the jack-o'-lantern as we bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs, including The Life of Riley, Yours Truly Johnny Dollar, Richard Diamond Private Detective, and Suspense. So join me and a friend of mine as we party hardy on our Halloween Spooktacular at 7 p.m. Halloween night on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Getting ready to start the second quarter. From Colfax High School, we're all tied at 7. Second down, and it looks like the scorekeepers are going to say 8 yards to go. Ball's just inside the 30-yard line. Got to get down to just inside the 22-yard line. Warriors up to the line of scrimmage. Arcand is split to the near side. Then they have a slot receiver out on the far side. Harris throwing it out into the flat. He's got Blanchard, and Blanchard taken down. Gain of about 2 yards on the play. He's taken down just outside the 25 at about the 27-yard line. Third down 6.
Yeah, good job by Theo Hufty. He was out there by himself, and he had 2 guys to cover.
As they say, on an island.
Yeah. Fought off the blocker and got the tackle.
This is a big play right here for the Vikings. Of course, this is 4-down territory for the Warriors. 3rd and 6. Full house backfield. Give up the middle and driving forward, and it looks like he's got the first down. He's about the 21-yard line. I think it was Sunday on the carry.
Yeah, that left side of the Clear Lake line, Casey Becker and Jessic Manning, they are making some holes.
Full house backfield again. Give to Blanchard, coming around to the near side and gets taken down about the line of scrimmage. Vikings doing a pretty good job of holding the edge. They just have to stop things up the middle. Gain of about 3, 2nd down 7.
Yeah, the linebackers for Colfax, they're playing back just a little bit. I think they could move up just about 2-3 steps. That might seal that hole.
Warriors up to the line. They split Arcand out to the near side. Harris takes it over to the left side. He's still on his feet. He's heading towards the goal line and into the end zone for a Clear Lake touchdown. That makes the score Warriors 13, Vikings 7. Extra point attempt, snap kick is up, and it's good.
Oh, it's caught.
No, it went to this side, came to the near side or to the right. So the score remains the Clear Lake Warriors 13, Vikings 7 with 9:54 to go in the first half. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
To get your lawn or garden to perform in attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
Getting ready for the kickoff following Clear Lake's touchdown, putting them on top 13-7. Ben Liberi getting ready to kick. Oh no, Caleb Dixon. Check that, that's a 15. He comes forward and kicks it down, taken by Beekner. Beekner up across the 25 out to about the 30-yard line where he's taken down. And that's where the Vikings will take over 1st and 10. Well, last time Clear Lake scored, Vikings answered quickly. Let's see if they can do the same thing again.
Yeah, that makes a big difference for Colfax when they can have Theo Hovde in there. You know, Colton Hoffman is their north-south runner, but Theo Hovde just adds that little extra dimension to the team.
Hovde in motion. That was a strange motion lined up right by the quarterback, and that play went nowhere. Beekner tried to carry it. He got stopped right at the line of scrimmage. In fact, a slight loss.
Ethan Wagner in there for Clear Lake.
2nd down, and we'll call it 11. The pitch to Anderson coming to the near side. He gets it across the 35, still on his feet, taken down at about the 38-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 2.
Tackled by number 5, Blake Harris for the Warriors.
Third down and 2.5 or 3. Vikings at the line. Hovde in motion. He goes around the right side. Penalty marker comes flying in. Hovde got the yards for the 1st down as he got across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. But we'll see what the flag is all about. Looks like it's going to be against the Vikings. It's about where you'd see a holding call. And that's what it is. Holding is against the Vikings. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, moves it back to about the 26-yard line. Third and 14 for the Vikings. Beekner loses a handle on the ball, and falling on it are the Clear Lake Warriors at the 21-yard line of the Vikings.
Yeah, picked up by number 8, Lane Prusek.
Looks like they were trying to run that read option to the near side. Beekner pulled the ball back just as he got hit and dropped the ball, and Clear Lake fell on it. When I was down grabbing lineups, I was watching the Clear Lake defense warming up, and they were working on defending the read option. So the Warriors come up to the line of scrimmage, full house backfield. Give to Blanchard, coming off the right side. He gets across the 20 down to about the, well, let's see where they put it. About the 18-yard line. Gain of about 4. Second down. And 6.5 or something like that. Harris in the pistol. Gives it to Sunday up the middle, and he found a hole and gets down inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. It's going to be first and goal for the Warriors at that point.
Yeah, just a quick hitter there right up the middle.
You're right, though, Dan. The linebackers have got to find the holes that are being vacated by the linemen. Harris in the pistol. Gives it to Sunday, and we have penalty markers fly. They stop the play. That's going to be a false start. And that is the call. So it should move it back to about the 13-yard line. So first and goal from the 13. 6:37 to go in the first half. Clear Lake Warriors trying to capitalize on a Viking turnover. As they come up to the line of scrimmage, they send slot receivers out on both sides. Wide receivers to both sides. Give to Sunday, and he got met in the backfield. Cameron Molina busted through that time and made the stop.
Yeah, I think they've seen that play before. Good job of Cameron Molina to jump on that one.
Second and 16 on this drive. Second and 16.
So second down, 16 yards to go, or second and goal from the 16. This time they give it to Holloman, and he tries the left side, gets it down inside the 10, just inside the 10. So third and goal from the 10-yard line. They've had some pretty good luck with Harris going straight up the middle off the snap of the ball. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try that again. Harris in the pistol. Sunday right behind him. Harris drops back, looking downfield, throws it over the middle, and it's caught and into the end zone. Caleb Arkand on the reception from Harris to Arkand. 10-yard touchdown pass. Making the score. Clear Lake Warriors 19, Vikings 7. 4:41 remaining. Warriors up to the line of scrimmage. They're going for 2. Pitch to Holloman, going around the left side, and a penalty marker comes flying in. He did not get into the end zone. We'll see what the flag is all about. Holding is the call. It's declined, and the score remains Clear Lake Warriors 19, Vikings 7, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Back here at Colfax High School. Vikings set up to receive. As Caleb Dixon getting ready to kick off. Kicks a low squib kick, picked up by the Vikings out to the 35-yard line. That was returned by Grant Paulus. He scooped it up at about the 25, got it out to the 35, and the Vikings will take over 1st and 10 right there.
Yeah, Grant Paulus doesn't get to see that ball very often. He was probably surprised to see it was in his hands.
Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. They put Anderson in motion, and Beekner keeps it himself coming around the left side. Got it across the 35 and out to about the 37, make it the 38-yard line. 2nd down, 7.
Tackled by number 5, Blake Harris for the Warriors.
Vikings at the line. Beekner under center. Hovde went in motion, and we have a penalty marker flying. It's going to be a false start or an illegal shift being called on the Vikings. That's going to make it 2nd and 12. And that's the things Vikings have got to eliminate.
Got turnovers and penalties doesn't win you games.
Beekner keeps it himself. He's still on his feet. Looked like a broken play, maybe a missed handoff or something. He got back to near the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down, 10. Looked like he was expecting to give it to Hoffman, and Hoffman wasn't there, so he kept it himself and got what he could. Got a couple out of it. Eli Ralph splitting out wide to the right side. Anderson in the slot on the right. Fumbled snap. Beekner falls on it. And a timeout being called by the Clear Lake Warriors with 2:33 to go. You're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comroe provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family.
Warriors up to the line of scrimmage. They've got somebody back expecting a punt. That's Holloman.
It's like Hoffman back to punt for Colfax.
Snap. He gets the kick away. It's a high kick. And it goes out of bounds at about the 46-yard line of the Clear Lake Warriors. They're going to mark it on the 47.
Yeah, that was a tough punt because he's punting into the wind.
And that's a stiff breeze. And Chris, our camera guy, is saying, and cold. And he's right. I will agree with him. So 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 47. They're at the line of scrimmage. Harris in the pistol. He puts man in motion who slips as he tries to cut it up off the right side. That was Blanchard on the carry, and he got maybe a couple out to the, we'll say the 49.
Yeah, good job by number 3, Eli Ralph, to shed his tackle and get the tackle, or shed his block.
2nd down 8. Snap to Harris, give it to Sunday, and he got taken down in the backfield by Cameron Molina.
Yeah, Cameron Molina's seen that one a couple times tonight. Didn't let that one get through.
Back to about just inside, or just outside the 45-yard line. So it's 3rd down and 12. Minute 23 to go in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we have some special things for you. Here's the snap, quick throw out into the flat. It's complete to Blanchard. He's still on his feet, heading down the sideline, knocked out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 37-yard line, but it's a 1st down for the Warriors.
At Clear Lake spread it out there, and good job by Theo Hovde to at least save the touchdown.
So coming up at halftime, we have a performance by the Colfax High School Band, and we'll of course have our Viking profile for today. And we have a timeout on the field, officials calling a timeout. Under a minute to go. Our Viking profile today will be Cade Anderson. Warriors up to the line of scrimmage. They reset the clock at 1:03. Harris back to throw. Lofts it out and incomplete. Pass was intended for Darius Garrett, and with a bead on that ball was I think the person with the bead on the ball was Peyton Hover.
That kind of slow developing play, and then it kind of sailed on Blake Harris.
He's throwing with the wind. Harris drops back again, throwing it over to the other side this time, and we've got all kinds of contact, and this should be offensive pass interference, I would think. The defender got tackled by the offensive player.
Yeah, I think that was Theo Hovde out there. He got tackled and knocked the ball
Yeah,
away.
Theo Hovde got mugged on that play, but evidently they weren't going to get the call. This is where I wish we had, like the NFL crews have their official that they talk to about the call or non-call.
Yeah, the Warriors really haven't passed much all season. I think they got about 7 or 8 passes tonight.
3rd down 10. Harris takes it himself, and he's taken down at about the 30-yard line. Coming up on 40 seconds to go in the half. And a timeout being called by the Clear Lake Warriors. So timeout on the field, and the Warriors are on top 19-7 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Back here at Colfax High School. 4th down and about 3 yards to go. Warriors up to the line of scrimmage. "37 seconds remaining. Harris keeps it himself. Takes it straight up the middle. He's got enough for the 1st down. He's inside the 25. I think they're going to mark it right on the 25. They're quickly up to the line of scrimmage.
Well, only 30
Just
seconds.
Just length of the ball inside the 25. And Harris spikes it to stop the clock.
Yeah, they must be out of timeouts.
I think you're right, Dan.
Doesn't show on the scoreboard.
No, it doesn't, but I think you're right. They called one early, and then they've called 2 more recently. In my book, that comes out to 3.
Yeah, which means they're going to have to think about passing here.
They're up to the line of scrimmage. Sunday set back behind Harris. They put Holloman in motion. Harris throws it back across the field to Blanchard. He's down across the 15 to about the 13-yard line.
They'll stop the clock to move the chains.
To move the sticks. And they spike it. So it'll be 2nd down 10 with 12.3 seconds remaining. This is the first team that we've seen that's actually been able to run a 2-minute drill like this year.
Yeah, they probably got, what, maybe 2 more plays?
They're at the line of scrimmage. Slots on both sides. Harris rolling to his right, looks down into the flat, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Holloman. 8.5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, if he caught it, he wouldn't have got too far. Number 3, Eli Ralph, was right there for Colfax.
So 3rd and 10. Down and distance aren't nearly as important as the time on the clock. That's 8.5 seconds. Harris waiting for the snap. Drops straight back. Looking towards the end zone. Throws it and overthrew it in the end zone. Pass was intended for Blanchard. It's incomplete. Brings up 4th down with 3.6 seconds remaining. Again, coming up at halftime, we have Viking halftime. As the wind continues to whip through here, they say it's 13 miles an hour, but it feels like more than that.
Yeah.
Harris rolling to the right. Penalty flag comes in. And big hit down there on a... They tried to get it into the end zone. Penalties declined. And that's the end of the first half with the score. The Clear Lake Warriors 19 and the Vikings 7. And we will have Viking halftime coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's Viking profile and other halftime entertainment.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
And we're back here at Colfax High School as we're waiting for the Colfax band to take the field. And they are approaching.
Going with the monstrous lead this year, direct selection commanding the perfect
band performing at halftime of their homecoming game. And we will have our Viking profile coming up right after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. And now Viking Profile.
Today we're talking with Cade Anderson on Viking Profile, and Cade, you're a senior here at Colfax High School, and we know that you play football, but are you involved in any other activities?
I'm involved in baseball.
And in fact, I remember seeing you do some of that this last summer, playing over in Bloomer for the Woodticks.
Yes, sir.
And did you enjoy your time in the CRBL?
Yeah, it was pretty fun, but it's very new to me.
Okay, little different pace of the game, isn't there? So, when did you start playing football, and what kind of an experience has it been for you?
I started playing around 5th grade, or about when I was 5, actually, not 5th grade.
Okay.
And...
all right. So, what's the most important thing you've learned from playing football?
Try as hard as you can, because you don't know when you're going to end it.
Okay. All right, so always make that supreme effort.
Yes.
Okay. You sound a little bit like Vince Lombardi when you talk like that. All right, so when you're not playing football or you're not here at school, what are some other things that have you interested or keep you occupied?
I usually go hunting or fishing.
Okay, very good. All right, you know this is coming. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Pie.
Which kind?
Pumpkin pie.
All right. You want it with a lot of whipped cream on it or just the straight pie?
Just the straight pie.
Okay. Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Brats.
And what do you want on that brat?
Some sauerkraut.
Oh, boy, yeah. Any mustard, too?
No.
Okay, just the kraut. Okay. Favorite NFL team?
Packers. Easy.
All right. Yeah. And your favorite collegiate team?
Badgers, of course.
Okay. Now, if you had a superpower, what would Cade's superpower be and why?
Strength.
Why?
I don't know.
Strength can help you accomplish a lot of things. Yeah. All right. So if you had super strength, of course you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what's Cade Anderson's superhero name?
Like you've said before, Super K.
Super K. All right. So we're talking with Cade Anderson today on Viking Profile. And Cade, what are your plans for after high school?
I'm probably going to go on to tech school.
Okay, do you know what you're going into?
Not yet.
Okay, you got time to make that decision. How about a shout out to the family?
Hi, Mom and Dad.
All right. When people come to Viking games, what number do you wear and what position do you play?
Number 22, linebacker and running back.
So we want to thank Cade Anderson for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been tuned to Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Now more Viking halftime entertainment.
Here's Grandma Florence after that flood wiped out the whole neighborhood.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here.
I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe. It is the best way to protect that legacy.
Your family is your legacy. Planning for a natural disaster will make sure you're all safe. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today.
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Now back to the stadium for second half action.
And we're back here at the Lee Beerquest Athletic Complex at Colfax High School as halftime is just wrapping up. So let's quickly go through the halftime, or the scoring plays in the first half. The Clear Lake Warriors got off to an early start with a 10-yard run by Jordan Blanchard at 5:40 remaining in the first quarter. That was at the end of the first drive of the game. The extra point was good, and it was 7-0 Clear Lake. Vikings wasted no time in answering. Theo Hovde took off on a 64-yard run with 4:17 to go in the quarter, making the score 7-7. Then in the second quarter, there was an 18-yard run by Blake Harris at 9:54 remaining in the quarter. Extra point was no good, made the score 13-7 Clear Lake. Then following a Viking fumble, the Clear Lake Warriors scored on a 10-yard pass from Harris to Caleb Arcand with 4:40 to go in the half. And that made the score where we stand right now 19-7. And the teams are returning to their sidelines as we're going to be ready to get things started. Vikings should be receiving the kickoff to start the second half. And Dan has just gotten back up here with his popcorn. Hopefully it's still warm as he left the concession stand and came up here. You know, it's not that it's really that cold out, but we just haven't acclimated ourselves to this.
Yeah.
And it sure feels like it is. 3 months from now, Dan, we're going to think this is warm and balmy.
Yeah, I thought last week was really nice.
Well, what a difference between just a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah.
So, 19-7. The Warriors leading the Vikings. Back deep to receive the opening kickoff of the second half are Hovde and Beekner for the Vikings. Teeing the ball up, getting ready to kick off is Caleb Dixon for the Warriors. And he approaches the ball and squibs it down the middle of the field, picked up by Hovde at the 30-yard line. He gets across the 35 out to the 40. He's still on his feet and he's off! Theo Hovde is off and running! And Theo Hovde takes it to the house! A 70-yard kickoff return by Theo Hovde!
That's how you start the second half.
That makes the score Warriors 19, Vikings 13 with the extra point coming up. Theo Hovde picked up the ball at the 30-yard line and just went straight up the middle. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and that's what Theo did. Vikings up to the line. Beekner to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Hovde. And the kick is blocked.
Yeah, blocked by number 1, Darius Garrett.
So, with the mixed extra point, The score is Clear Lake 19, Vikings 13, and you're tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Vikings getting ready to kick off after the exciting opening to the second half. Cameron Molina teeing the ball up, and back deep are Blanchard and Holloman for the Warriors. Vikings are short a player. Here comes Molina, swings his leg and drives it down. It's going to be picked up by Blanchard. Hands it off to Holloman, going around the right side. Holloman is going to be dragged down at about the 37-yard line.
Tackled by number 10, Ryan Nichols. We're sitting up here.
We're sitting up here just shivering like crazy. That wind is just taking it out of you.
And I'm sure Theo Hovde is just sweating right now after that touchdown run.
Yeah, he doesn't have long sleeves on or anything.
Maybe that's our problem.
Yeah, we're in your winter coats. And Warriors at the line. Give to Blanchard. He tries the right side, and he's off and running. He's down across the 35, down to the 30, and taken down at about the 26-yard line. A big run by Jordan Blanchard.
Yeah, tricky little moves there. Couple jukes, couple spins, picks up big yardage.
So the Warriors up to the line. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line of the Vikings. Full house backfield. Give to Blanchard, again off the right side, and he drives forward across the 20, down to about the 18 maybe. Looks like it's going to be on the 17-yard line. Second down, and a long 2. Well, Dan, I had one of those pulled pork sandwiches that they have down at the concession stand during halftime, and that helped put a little heat in the body.
Yeah, we do have the grand.
Give to Blanchard, again tries the right side. This time the Viking defense was there to make the stop.
Cameron Molina.
Again, it was, like you said, Molina, and they're going to give him credit for back to the line of scrimmage. I don't know how he got credit for that, but that's where they put it. No, now they backed it up to the 18-yard line, so it was a loss of a yard. 3rd and a healthy 3, maybe 4 yards to go. Again, gives it to Blanchard, ball's loose on the ground. Harris picks it up, and he's going to get taken down in the backfield. Jade Anderson came through and got Harris after he picked up they misconnected on the handoff. They were trying Blanchard off the right side again, misconnected on the handoff. Ball ends up on the ground. Harris was able to pick it up, and as he was trying to find a place to go with it, Anderson came through and took him down way back at about the 28-yard line. 4th and long. 4th and about 14. Two receivers to the near side. Harris drops back. Now he keeps it himself. Rolling out to the left. He slips and falls, and the ball's going to go over to the Vikings. He slipped and fell at about the 33-yard line, and the Vikings will take over first down.
Yeah, he only had one guy to beat, Kate Anderson, and he made the cut and just didn't get his footing.
$8:53 to go in the third quarter. Vikings at the line of scrimmage. Beekner under center. They pitch it to Hovde coming around the right side, heading down the sideline, and he's out of bounds. And that's a late hit out of bounds, and the flag goes flying. Hovde stepped out of bounds at about the 45-yard line and then got belted out of bounds.
And he's going to make his way back into the huddle.
Ryan Nichols made sure he was going back in the right direction. So that's going to be a 15-yarder added on to where Hovde stepped out of bounds, so it's going to go down to the 40-yard line of the Clear Lake Warriors. First down for the Vikings. Vikings up to the line of scrimmage.
Hoffman in the backfield this time.
And Anderson went in motion, and the Warriors jump off sides.
Warriors were coming out of blitz.
And they move it down to the 35-yard line. It's 1st and 5 for the Vikings. Anderson in motion again. Pitch to Anderson going around the left side. He gets the corner turned. He's out near the first down. They're going to say he got to about the, looks like they're going to mark it about the 29-yard line, and they do. That's enough for a Viking first down. First and 10 at the Warrior 29.
Yeah, Colfax has a triple threat out there right now. Anderson, Hovde, and Hoffman. They can use it, either three in the
backfield. And if they keep working the outsides, that's going to open things up for Hoffman up the middle. Anderson in motion. Now he comes back to where he started from. Hovde in motion now. Pitch to Hovde. Coming around the right side. They were waiting for him that time. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
No gain on the play, bringing up 2nd and 10.
In fact, a slight loss on the play. 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line. Quick toss out into the flat to Ryan Nichols. He's down inside the 15-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Vikings. They're going to mark it right on the 15. And the Vikings are in the red zone.
Yeah, good quick hitter there to Nichols.
Up to the line of scrimmage again. Wings on each side. Nichols to the near side. Ralph to the far side. Anderson in motion. Now he goes back where he started. Now he's back in motion again. Give to Hoffman straight up the middle, and he's down inside the 10-yard line.
Tackle by 28, Tyler Sunday.
It's going to be a gain of 6, 2nd down 4. Vikings at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 4. Anderson in motion. Now he's back where he started from. Hovde in motion. Beekner keeps it himself across the 5. He's going to mark it at the 4-yard line. First and goal for the Vikings at the Clear Lake 4-yard line. .550 coming up to go in the third quarter. First and goal from the 4. Beekner at the line of scrimmage. Anderson in motion. Gives straight up the middle. Hoffman into the end zone. Viking touchdown! And the Vikings have tied the game.
Yeah, go good job by that interior of Colfax to make that hole. And Colton Hoffman's such a hard runner anyways. Had no problem getting in.
So with 5:37, 4-yard touchdown run by Hoffman.
They're going for 2.
Vikings gonna go for 2 here. They're at the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers split out wide to the left. Anderson in motion. Give to Hoffman, tries the middle and does not get in. So the score remains tied at 19. With 5:37 to go in the third quarter, and you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Coming up on Friday, October 13th, the Colfax Vikings will host the Kickoff Hornets. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, October 13th, on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
And Dan, you made a comment about this one just as we went to break. What was it you said about this game?
We have a new game.
We do. We're all tied at 19 with 5:37 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, good job by Colfax to stay in this game.
Vikings ready to kick off. And the ball goes out of bounds. And let's see if they make the Vikings kick it over again.
Yeah, it looks like it. The win favors Colfax, though.
So they're going to make the Vikings kick it over. Now, last week over at Glenwood City when they did that, the Hilltoppers returned it down to the 5-yard line. So hopefully the Vikings don't have that kind of result again. Molina has it teed up. Here's the kick. This one's more straight down the middle. Picked up by Holloman. Hands it off. Coming back around to the near side. That's Blanchard on the return. Gets taken down at about the 31-yard line. And it's going to be first down for the Clear Lake Warriors.
Yeah, good job by number 1, Austin Peterson for Colfax to stay in his lane and get the tackle.
Warriors up to the line of scrimmage. Full house backfield, 2 tight ends. Give to Blanchard. He loses the ball, and the Vikings fall on it. That ball came squirting out just as he crossed the line of scrimmage, and it fell on the 35-yard line, and one of 3 Vikings fell on it. There were 3 right there diving on the ball, and the Vikings take over. First down at the Clear Lake 35-yard line.
Yeah, number 3, Eli Ralph, got in his hand in there and punched that away.
Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. Nickel split wide to this side, Ralph to the far side. Give to Hoffman, he got maybe a yard. Second down 9. Our cameraman Chris is wanting to know if there's any Taylor Swift sightings. If Travis Kelce were here, then maybe. At the line of scrimmage are the Vikings. Hovde in motion. Give to Beekner, keeps it himself. Takes it up the middle and gets it down near the first down. He's going to be about a yard, maybe 2 short.
Yeah, good job by number 11, Colton Hoffman. He didn't get the handoff, but he stayed in that position like he had the ball. And
he had me fooled.
Yeah.
4 down territory here for the Vikings. Anderson goes in motion. Turns, comes back where he came from. Hovde in motion. Give to Hoffman, got met at the line of scrimmage, and actually Beekner pulled it out and got taken down back at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, big number 67, Jacek Manning and Caden Paulson for the Warriors that weren't fooled.
I wouldn't be surprised. This is 4th down and 5, but what we haven't seen any hint of is the Hovde pass.
Right, yeah, we haven't seen that, couple games. I don't think we saw it last week. But can't remember if he played or not.
Hovde in motion, pitch to Hovde, and here he goes, he's gonna throw it. He's got Nichols, and he just overthrew him just a little bit. So the ball's gonna go over on downs. Wait a minute, we got a penalty flag, and it's on the defensive side. Ineligible man downfield is the call against the Vikings. So that penalty will be declined, and the ball will go over on downs to the Clear Lake Warriors at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, well covered by the Warriors on that one.
And that pass from Hovde was kind of looked like a wounded duck. It came waggling out of there. And then carried in that strong breeze. Wind is blowing pretty much down the field from left to right. Warriors at the line of scrimmage. They've got things spread out right now. Quick toss out to the side, on the right side. He's got Holloman, and he gets it out across the 40. So it's 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 41-yard line.
Yeah, tough pass for number 5, Blake Harris, throwing across his body, but made a good pass.
Full house backfield again with 2 tight ends. This is a give to Blanchard. Penalty marker comes flying in. Blanchard gets out to about the 49-yard line of the Vikings. I think they're going to mark it right on the 50. Let's see what the flag's all about. Holding is the call against the Warriors. That's going to back them up. Should put them back about their own 31-yard line, and that's right where they're putting it. First down, 20 yards to go for the Warriors. Two receivers coming out to the near side. That's Arcand and Holloman. Harris looking to the right. Now he's throwing it deep down the right side to Blanchard. Jump ball. Who's got it? Looks like Blanchard came down with it, and he's not getting up.
We got a Colfax player down, don't we?
No, I believe that's a Clear Lake player. That's Blanchard.
Yeah, 50-50
There was a lot of traffic right there. He was very fortunate to hang on to the ball. And while they tend to him, we will take a quick timeout. You're tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona.
Well, that didn't take very long to get him taken care of. Blanchard is up and off the field. Warriors at the line of scrimmage. And they give it up on the right side.
28. Tyler Sunday on the carry.
Sunday on the carry. He got down to the 35-yard line. Gain of 6, second down 4.
Go, D! Come on!
Coming up on a minute to go in the quarter. Full house backfield. Blanchard is back in there. Give to Sunday. Tries the right side. And I think I saw a flag come flying in. He got down near the first down. Looks like it's going to be a hold. He did not make the first down. He's about a yard shy. Holding is the call against the Warriors. I'm sure the Vikings will accept this. It's going to make it second down and about 10. Maybe second and 11 when I look at where the sticks are on the far side. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Harris under center. Gives it to Blanchard. Blanchard taken down in the backfield. Back at the 45-yard line. A loss of about 3.
Yeah, Cameron Molina, number 66, having a great night here in homecoming night.
Third down, 14. And that's probably going to be it for the third quarter. And it is. So, at the end of 3, we're all tied at 19 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining?
Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Doctors Austin and Nikki Pritchard and their staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
Starting the fourth quarter, Warriors have the ball just in Viking territory. Harris rolls out, throws a screen pass over to the right side. This is Blanchard with it, and he's off and running down the sideline. Hovde missed him on the tackle, and Blanchard takes it into the end zone for a Clear Lake touchdown. So the Warriors have opened up a 25-19 lead over the Vikings. Just underway in the fourth quarter.
I think Clear Lake waited all season to throw the ball, and they're doing it all in one game.
That was a nicely set up screen pass. The Vikings bit going over to their right. The extra point attempt is up, and it's good. So, with 11:47 to go, it's the Clear Lake Warriors 26 and the Vikings 19 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Looking for a team approach to managing your finances? With over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Derry State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Derry State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Getting ready for Clear Lake to kick off. To the Vikings.
Colfax ready to receive from Clear Lake.
Following that 42-yard touchdown screen pass from Harris to Blanchard. And a squibbing kick picked up by Beekner. He gets it out across the 30 and taken down at the 33-yard line. And it'll be first down for the Vikings right there. Vikings have not led in the game tonight. They've tied it a couple times. Down by 7. They're at the line of scrimmage. And Beekner kept it himself, I believe, and got, maybe a yard. Second down, 9.
Beekner with the carry there. Brings up second and 9. 33-yard line now.
Now splitting out wide to the near side is Ralph. Throw to Hovde. He eludes one tackle and gets it across the 40 out to the 45-yard line where he's taken down. Theo Hovde with a reception for the first down for the Vikings out at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, good job by Eli Ralph to get out front and get a block.
Again, Ralph splitting out to the near side. Nichols on the far side. Neither one are split real wide. Hovde and Anderson on the wings. Hovde goes in motion. Beekner keeps it himself, and there was nothing there.
No gain on that play. Gonna bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that interior for Clear Lake has not given up much on that inside there. The front three.
Vikings at the line. Hovde in motion. And we're going to get encroachment being called on the Warriors. As jumping across was Dylan Labari.
Now 2nd and 5 for the Colfax Vikings.
They told me how to pronounce his name, but I think the pronunciation got frozen halfway from the field back up to here.
LeBerry.
So it's 2nd and 5. Hovde in motion, and now the Vikings jump. Nichols jumps, and we're going to go back to 2nd and 10.
This time on Colfax, they're going to put that ball right back where it was. 2nd and 10. Ball is on the 45.
So the Vikings at their own 45-yard line. You know, I'll be honest with you, Dan, looks like the Vikings lost a foot in that exchange of penalties.
Yeah, and this is kind of a big series for them with 9:05 left.
Nichols and Ralph split wide. Here goes Hovde around the right end, and we have a penalty marker flying in, and Hovde taken down at, well, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. But that penalty's where they would call holding, and that is the call. So the ball goes back to the 37-yard line. 2nd down, 17 for the Vikings. They've got it on the 38. Vikings up to the line. Nichols splitting out wide to the near side. Ralph in the slot. Beekner looking downfield, and he overthrew Hovde.
Good coverage
down
there.
at about the 35-yard line. He just overthrew him. It's going to bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and 17.
Coverage was tight by number 10, Jordan Blanchard. But Hovde had him beat.
See if the Vikings are thinking 4 downs in this field position. If they get about half of it on this play, I'd be curious to see if this is 4 down territory or if they play field position with 8:19 remaining. Beekner drops back, looks over to the left side. He's got Hovde. He's got it caught. He catches it at the 35-yard line, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Vikings. Hovde had to leave his feet to get it, but he caught it at the 35-yard line. So the drive stays alive for the Vikings. 1st and 10 at the Clear Lake 35.
Yeah, good job by the front 4 to give Beekner time to throw that.
Beekner keeps it himself and gets taken down for a loss of about 4. 2nd and 14.
Caden Paulson on the tackle for the Warriors.
I'm really curious. This is about the third time in a row that he's shown that handoff up the middle and pulled it back, and it has resulted in nothing. He'd almost be better off giving the ball to Hoffman and letting those strong legs of Hoffman just get a few anyway.
Yeah, those front three right there for Warriors have not let much up the middle.
Beekner looking to throw and got caught from behind by Dylan Libery.
Yeah, Dylan's having a big night for the Warriors.
They're going to mark it at the 41-yard line. They're down 16. Six and a half to go in this game. Vikings at the line of scrimmage.
Fumble.
Hoffman with it. He fumbled the ball. And who has it?
Clear Lake.
Clear Lake does. A very inopportune time for the turnover by the Vikings, and the ball goes over to the Clear Lake Warriors at their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, picked up by number 66 for Warriors, who is Jordan Haley.
Warriors up to the line. Full house backfield again. Holloman is in the middle of the backfield, and they give it to Blanchard, tries the right side, and he spun his way across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Gain of nearly 5.
First one to hit it was
They're going to make it a 4-yard gain. Second down 6.
First one to hit it was number 6, Drew Beekner.
Harris bringing the play into the huddle for the Warriors. Warriors ahead, 26-19. I would suspect they'll keep it pretty much on the ground and chew up clock as best they can. Give to Sunday, and he tries the left side, and he got out to the 45-yard line. Gain of about 3.
Come on, Cam.
Third down and a long 2.
Yeah, big stop right here. Just going under 5 minutes.
Warriors at the line. Give to Blanchard, he tries the right side, and he got out across the 48-yard line. Looks like it's enough, and it is enough for a first down.
First and 10 down on the 48.
Gotta stop him, guys. Let's go.
4:33 remaining. Vikings need a stop. And they give off the right side to Blanchard again, and he skids in across the 50-yard line down to about the 48-yard line of the Vikings. Gain of about 3. Second down 7.
Yeah,
under 4 to go.
If I was Colfax, I'd start thinking about using some of your timeouts.
Warriors up to the line. I'd also be packing the box right about now. Sunday carries it off the left side, and he got met at the 45-yard line and taken down right there. That's going to be a gain of a couple. It's going to be 3rd and a long 3.
Theo Humpty, first one to hit him, and then a gang tackle after that.
Come on, dude!
Big stop right here.
10 seconds on the play clock. Down to 5. And the ball was carried by Harris, and he got it across the 40. It looked like a loose ball, but Harris took it across the 40-yard line, and that's enough for a first down. And now you're right, Dan, the Vikings need to use their timeouts. 2.5 minutes remaining on the clock. Blanchard brings the play into the huddle, and the Warriors come up to the line.
Get up to the line!
10 seconds on the play clock. In fact, we're down under 5. Nope, delay a game being called against the Clear Lake Warriors. So that'll move him back 5 yards. Also stops the clock. Now they're winding the clock. I always thought a delay a game kept the clock stopped.
Hey, the clock's
And Chris
still
goes,
running.
not when it's cold out. But the referee said roll the clock, so they did. They're at the line of scrimmage. Give to Sunday. Hit in the backfield, turns the corner, gets it up across the 40 to about the 40 or 39-yard line of the Vikings. And a timeout called by the Vikings. So with a timeout on the field, it's Clear Lake 26, Vikings 19 with 1:34 to go. You're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
It's getting to that time of year again. Time for the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV to present our Halloween Spooktacular 2023. Join us at 7 p.m. on Halloween night by the light of the jack-o'-lantern as we bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs, including The Life of Riley, Yours Truly Johnny Dollar, Richard Diamond, Private Detective, and Suspense. So join me and a friend of mine as we party hardy on our Halloween Spooktacular at 7 p.m. Halloween night on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Minute 34 to go. Second down, 10 yards to go for the Clear Lake Warriors. The Vikings have used one of their timeouts. Pitch out to Sunday, going around the left side, and he gets taken down at the 35-yard line. And the Vikings call another timeout. So we'll take one along with them with 1:28 remaining on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
So it's third down and about 7 yards to go for the Clear Lake Warriors. 1 minute, 28 seconds remaining. Vikings need to make a stop on this play. And the one that follows. Full house backfield. Pitch to Blanchard, coming around the near side. He found a seam. Penalty marker comes flying in. Blanchard taken down at about the 22-yard line, but there is a penalty marker in the area of holding. And that's the call. So that's going to bring up third down and about 14 yards to go for the Warriors. Minute 20 remaining. Warriors up to the line of scrimmage. Harris in the pistol. He puts Holloman in motion. Give to Blanchard. Takes it up the middle. He gets taken down at about the 37-yard line, and the Vikings call their final timeout. Dan, we're going to keep it right here. Fourth down and a long 8.
Yeah, I would assume that they're going to run the ball and take their chances.
But I would think that you've almost got to pack the box here.
Right.
And,
yeah, if you pass and it's incomplete, that gives more time on the clock for Colfax. Most of the night, Clear Lake's run off their left side. So let's see what how Colfax adjusts to that.
So here come the Warriors back out on the field. Fourth down, 8 yards to go. Three receivers split out. Wait a minute, we got a timeout being called by Clear Lake. They were confused about what they were trying to do, and they call a timeout with a minute 14 to go.
Yeah, they had 3 wide receivers out wide left with Theo Hovde to cover all 3, and they called the timeout.
So we'll take a timeout right along with them on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
Back deep in.
Like
they march up the field, and the Vikings are going to get it at about the 34-yard line, their own 34, with a minute 7 to go, no timeouts. Nichols and Ralph split to the near side.
It's 2 safeties back.
Anderson in motion. Pitch to Anderson coming around this side. So Anderson got out of bounds at about the 41-yard line.
It was a gain of, they'll say 6, and we'll say that sounds right. Second down 4. Vikings at the line. Anderson in motion. Pitch to Anderson again. Cuts it up the side. He's got some room, and he got out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. And that's going to be a Viking first down, just under a minute remaining. Vikings trying to pull off a miracle win here. Vikings come up to the line. Again, Anderson in motion. Pitch to Anderson. He got met in the backfield this time.
They got to hustle. They don't have any timeouts.
47 seconds remaining.
They're going to have to take a shot down the field there eventually.
37 seconds.
3 wide receivers.
Beekner dropping back. He's under pressure, rolling to his right. Throwing over the middle, falls incomplete. Third down, and about 14.
Yeah, no, that was kind of a good incomplete pass, because if he would have caught it,
he'd have been tackled inbounds. The clock would have kept running.
Yeah, they'd have had maybe one more play. This probably gives them 3-4 more plays now. Well, 2 for sure.
Now, they got to understand, they do not have a timeout called here, but they're taking plenty of time.
Yeah, they're going to have to start thinking about taking that shot down the field.
Yep, he's under 5 seconds, and there's the delay of game penalty called against the Vikings. Delay of game's a call against the Vikings. So that makes it 3rd and 19.
If they run it, they have to make sure they come to this short side of the field.
27.3 seconds remaining. Vikings with the ball at their own 44. Beekner drops back. He's in trouble, and he goes down.
They're going to have to get up and snap it. But we got to get
15 seconds remaining. 10 seconds. Beekner in trouble, goes down with a sack, and the ball's going to go over on downs with 2.6 seconds remaining. And Clear Lake Warriors are going to come away with a win over the Vikings. Dan, they're getting oh so close.
Yeah, last 3 games we've seen improvement by this team. Just going to come up a little short tonight.
Basically, they did pretty much everything right except get that last touchdown. Warriors in victory formation. Harris takes a knee, and that will do it. So the final score tonight, the Clear Lake Warriors 26 and the Vikings 19. We will have Viking postgame coming up right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
You have been tuned to Colfax Viking Football, live on NLWN2. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with Colfax High School, and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in part or in whole without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and Colfax High School is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game.
you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home.
Time now for Viking Postgame with a look back at today's Colfax Viking football game. And now, back out to the stadium and Viking Postgame.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, where the Vikings came up on the short end of a 26-19 score for their homecoming game against the Clear Lake Warriors. And Dan, you made the comment that the last several weeks we've seen so much improvement in this team, and this game was so tantalizingly close. Vikings tied it up in the third quarter, and they just couldn't quite get over the top.
Yeah, you know, and it makes a big difference. They're going to be glad to have number 2 Theo Huffney back next year. He's just a junior this year. And between him, Kate Anderson, and Cole Hoffman, they made havoc on the Clear Lake defense tonight.
Yeah, they've got some of the returning players for next year. You were just talking about that. We've got of the starting offense, Theo Hovde will be back. Drew Beekner will be back. Ryan Nichols will be back. Let's see, as I look down there, Grant Paulus will be back. And Grant Cook will be back. So all of those will be back next year, as well as a handful of other players that played on defense and so on. That the Vikings, there's an optimistic outlook. Not to mention the fact that the Colfax 8th grade team finished their season undefeated this year. So there's some football talent coming up for the Vikings that things aren't as bleak as an 0-6 conference record might lead you to believe. And so it's not like the Vikings are laying down and playing dead for anybody.
Yeah, you know, all season you can see that improvement. They're understanding the game. They're figuring out how to get some points on the board, and we still got one game to go.
That's right. Hey, let's take a quick look at the scoring for this game. It started out in the first quarter on the first drive of the game. The Warriors drove down the field, finished it off with a 10-yard run by Jordan Blanchard with 5:40 remaining, and the score was 7-0. On the next drive, it was like the second play of the drive, or real early in the drive, 64-yard touchdown run by Theo Hovde with 4:17 remaining, tied the score at 7-7. Then in the second quarter, 18-yard run by Blake Harris with 9:54 to go, made the score 13-7 in favor of Clear Lake. And then there was a 10-yard pass from Harris to Caleb Arcand with 4:40 remaining, and that made the score 19-7. That was the score at halftime. In the second half, the Vikings received the opening kickoff of the second half, and boy, did they receive it. Theo Hovde took it 70 yards to the house for a kickoff touchdown return, making the score 19-13 in favor of Clear Lake. Then a 4-yard run by Colton Hoffman with 5:37 to go in the third quarter, tied the score at 19. Then in the fourth quarter, a 42-yard screen pass from Harris to Blanchard put the Warriors on top by a score of 26-19 with 11:47 remaining in the fourth quarter, and that's the way things finished up tonight for homecoming for the Vikings. The Vikings, like we said, just couldn't quite get over the top. They tied the game twice, and they were right in it into the fourth quarter, and just couldn't find a way to put it all together and make it come out right. Dan, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think seniors this year have led this team. Junior underclassmen, they're getting it figured out, and let's see if they can put it together next week.
And speaking of next week, join us on NLWN 2 for Colfax Viking High School football. That's next Friday, as the Vikings will wrap up their 2023 football season by hosting the Cadott Hornets. Our coverage begins with Viking preview at 6:40 p.m., followed by live play-by-play action. Tomorrow, the Viking cross-country team, the boys anyway, will compete in a 23-team cross-country invitational that's being held at South Middle School in Eau Claire. I believe it's an invitational hosted by Eau Claire Memorial, with running beginning at 10 a.m. Then on Thursday, the boys and girls teams will compete in the conference cross-country meet at Rolling Greens Golf Course in Durand beginning at 4 p.m. Tomorrow, the Viking volleyballers will compete in an 8-team invitational meet at Somerset High School beginning at 9 a.m. Then on Tuesday, the Vikings will host the Mondovi Buffaloes in a Dun St. Croix conference match. Action begins at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Then on Thursday, the volleyball Vikings will take on the Arkansas Panthers, or Durand Arkansas Panthers, and that starts at 7 o'clock. Tonight's Colfax High School football game has been brought to you by Colfax Animal Hospital. Let Doctors Austin and Nikki Pritchard and their friendly staff take care of your pet. C&K Construction, your concrete experts for the Chippewa Valley. Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for Western Wisconsin. Anderson Bridges, who have been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology, IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. And Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV. So for Chris Olson on the camera, Dan Petchow right next to me with all of his wise thoughts and opinions, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again is the Clear Lake Warriors 26 and the Vikings 19. You've been tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2.
You've been tuned to Viking Postgame with a look back at today's Colfax Viking football game. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN2, along with Colfax High School. Check out our upcoming broadcast schedule at www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com.